Judy's in Minneapolis. What's the weather like in Minneapolis, Judy?
It was absolutely beautiful day today. I had flip-flops on. It was like 37 to 40, something like that.
That
Oh
sounds so
yeah, that's
beautiful.
a great day. That's really a heat wave. Wow. I'm so excited. Anyway, smile. I'm reading my palm. Um, yeah, that's cold. Damn, that's cold. 37 is cold. I don't know. How about you guys? How many guys? Just raise your hand if you think 37 is cold. Let me see you. Oh, there we go. Let me see.
Oh,
there
yeah.
we are. Do you think 37 is cold? I raised my hand
Sun
twice.
was shining. It made it feel totally different because the sun was shining. So
Oh, it did. Oh, that makes it nice. The sun is shining. It must be hot. Not really. I'm sure the sun shines on the North Pole. So I'm not so sure that makes a big difference. But anyway, but 37 is officially cold according to everybody that was raising their hands. And so I'm like, have you ever, I'm always, when I'm doing shows in Minneapolis live, I'm always saying, let me introduce you guys to a new word. Ready, set, okay, go. Florida. Florida.
too much humidity.
Too much humidity. Oh, I could be sticky. I could get a little, it's okay. I mean, I'd be able to deal with it, right? I think because, well, I have for years and years and years. I lived in Florida half the time, in California half the time, and then I hung out with you guys in Minnesota, though. I mean, I really went through some winters up there, and so as you know, and it was really great. Minnesota is worth hanging out in, no matter how cold it is, for the amazing people in Minnesota. I'm telling you, you guys.
Do you remember you came up one St. Patrick's Day and you had a show and it was all ice and you had come out and you saw people scraping off their windshields and you thought that was the craziest thing because you said they were so aggressive and they looked mean. They looked like they were mad and they were just chiseling at their windshields.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. They had a psycho look in their eye. They look a little psycho with the ice. I remember I took Tenoch. Tenoch had never left. Tenoch used to run around with me on the road all the time when we first started working with us about 150 years ago. And remember that, Tenoch? And so Tenoch is with us. Hey, and where are you? Are you in Mexico? Are you in America? Or what are you doing?
Oh, we're still here. Yeah, still here in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Well, life is really hard right there by the beach. Woohoo! And so, and having a party. Adriana's birthday tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they're getting ready. Yeah, they're getting everything ready right now, putting up the stuff. We got a few people coming over, so it should be a lot of fun.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was invited. Oh, I guess I didn't get that invite either. You guys have all these parties all over the world. Michelle and Dean always do. Hey, Michelle.
We just celebrated Brian's birthday.
Oh, you did, huh? Well, there, I was invited to that too, Brian. There we are.
We had 3 parties last week.
I blame it on Michelle.
Okay, that's what I do. I always blame everything on Michelle.
That's okay.
But I get things blamed on me. You know what I figured out? The person who does the most gets everything blamed on them. And so that's the reason, Michelle, you're getting things blamed on you because you're doing so much. And so don't feel bad about that. And okay. So remember, Tenoch, when we were, I took you to Minnesota and it was 30 degrees below zero and the wind was blowing and it was snowing.
Oh, remember yeah. That? Oh, I remember. I mean, that was the first time I actually experienced cold. And I was like, why would people want to live here?
Yeah, you were freaked out. I mean, you had this real inquisitive look on your face, like, what is wrong with these people? Because he had only experienced California and Mexico and warm places and stuff. And that was really cold, though. That was super cold. I mean, you would go outside, you'd freeze to death in a matter of a minute or two. And so, but I
have to defend us up here because we do that because then we appreciate 37 degrees and we appreciate so much the spring and the summer.
Well, I think there's a key. I really do think there's a little trick to that because you guys are very appreciative. You really are. And so as we know, being appreciative, guys, is a really big deal. Some people don't know anything about it. And it's not like they're bad people. They just don't understand appreciation. So it's really important. Appreciate. The more you appreciate, the more you'll get. And so it works like that. And so if you want to manifest things, learn to appreciate and you'll find that'll work out. That'll work out good. So who do we talk to? We talked to Brian And so you had a good birthday, Brian? How was that?
It was good. Like I said, they took us to the same restaurant. You know, they
Oh,
went out again last night and going out again tonight. So you know how it is.
tonight. No,
Mhm.
no, I really don't. No, I really don't know how. Yeah, I don't get invited to things, you know.
You're
It's like,
always
that's okay.
invited.
Oh, I don't know. How do you get invited and you don't know when it is, you know, whatever, you know. So it's all right. So well, that's good. Which as long as you guys are going to nice places and nice restaurants and things and having fun. I'm just so happy for
Michelle
you.
found a great speakeasy for
Oh
us to
yeah,
go to.
it's very
What's
cool.
a speakeasy? I don't know what a speak. What's a speak?
It's
Is that
like a
beer?
hidden.
That's
when
a
you
beer
come here,
joint.
yeah, it's like
Mm.
very hidden, and you have to
Yeah.
have a password or know the owner or something
Oh.
like that.
Oh,
Have a hookup.
Oh, you go to the door, knock a certain way, and a little door
Yeah.
opens, and they
Yeah.
go, "Oh yeah, come on in." Yeah, like one of those places.
Like one of those, like in the 1930s when that prohibition and
Yeah, that's
prohibition
still what's happening here in North Carolina. It's got, you know, you open up, right? This is true. When I was a teenager, I used to play in a band from about 15 years old on, and we played in those joints. We really did. You know, where the barbed wire, they had not barbed wire. What is it? A chicken wire
Yeah.
in front of you, like the Blues Brothers, where you see they throw beer bottles if you're bad. Well, you know, we were a pretty good band, so we never got the beer bottles thrown at us, but we always, you know, it was kind of weird. But we actually played in those places. It was a little crazy. So there's my humble beginnings. I should invite you guys to one of those joints. And so
All you
Yeah.
all you need is Michelle. Michelle became best friends with him just in 30 minutes. Next thing you know, she runs the place.
Yep.
No.
so you're at
love them.
a speakeasy. Okay. What's a
So
speakeasy
cool.
doing in Las Vegas? What's that all about? You know?
It's all brand new, actually. They just
Oh.
built it.
There's a few hidden ones that you don't know about that's in Vegas.
Oh, so if no one knows about it, it's a big deal. Is that it there? Is that what it is?
No,
I know what that is.
No.
That's in your
Oh,
event
that's-
center, Gary.
Oh, that's my new
that's
event
your
center. There it
event
is.
center.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. We're having a party. We look at that tonight. We're actually having a Mexican party, and
There's the banda. Yeah.
yeah, you can tell these guys are like and, you know, there's you know, and so and you know,
That's right. That's it.
Was
Yeah,
that the
and then-
quinceañera?
Yes, it is the yes. That's what it
yeah,
was.
and then
cool,
yeah, and the
cool.
next song goes and the next song goes on that day, on that day, and you know, it's some sort of that, you know, it's like there's the beat 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you know, and so I got it. I really got it. you
And with
know.
the accent, you got it perfect.
Do I? Oh, did I? Oh, good. That's good. We're gonna be silly all night. So the reason I'm so silly, you know, I'm very, very sad. A lot of you guys, raise your hand if you're from San Francisco. Raise your hand if you're from the Bay Area. Some of you guys, right? So you've heard about JV, who is a radio icon. He's probably the best radio guy that's ever lived. And I managed to float up to somehow, even though I don't get invited to your parties, Dean and Michelle, and
Mhm.
You're always
you know, I managed to somehow float up to the top of the heap with the best radio people in America. And so, you know, a lot of greats, Dave Ryan in Minneapolis, you know, Chet Buchanan in Las Vegas, you guys wave. And so, and then JV, Elvis in San Francisco. And these are shows where you have to be, I don't want to talk about me and say I'm good, but I'm good on the radio. And so you have to be really good on the radio, or you could not hang on these shows. I mean, you got to be really quick-witted and fast, and you have to be, you know, something different. And so I somehow fit into a niche, and I'm psychic. And because I cut my teeth on a show called the Ron and Ron Show in Florida, which was the largest show in the southeastern United States. And all these shows last for a long time as radio goes. And so anyway, I did radio with JV for 20 some years. And I got a call from his sister last Thursday, and he had went missing. And I saw, you know, things I didn't want to see, and I had visions I didn't want to have, you know, and so and so I'm very, very sad because he was going through a total health problem that was livable for him. And they, there's no body found, but there was, I got different visions. And if he's not on the other side, I told Dean, I said he's learned to bilocate, because he's been hanging out with me every day. And so he comes and hangs out, and he's got the greatest wit and he's the funniest guy alive, or on the other side or whatever. And so I just want to say, I just want to say I miss you. And I hope you guys who knew him send him a lot of light and a lot of love. Because when people die, and especially if they're in a crazy amount of pain, as he had the worst case scenario, Lyme's disease, and it was really rough, and he fought really hard, and it's really hard. It's something that it's very hard for people to understand what it's like to go in and do a morning show when you're going through tragedy in your personal life, or you're with health or this or that or whatever's happening, and it's very difficult. And he went in every day and still wheeled and did the biggest show in San Francisco consistently for 20 some years. Had an audience of a couple of million people. And so that's hard, to be that guy every day and be in excruciating, extreme pain. And so I just want to say thank you, JV. Thank you, JV. And if you could let me sleep a little bit now, that would be cool. Because he pops in and visits me. It's kind of crazy. He's been hanging out. Like I said, if he's not on the other side and he's just playing a game somewhere, but I think he is. I woke up. It was really crazy. I woke up last Thursday. Morning early, and he had went missing, really super late Wednesday night. And I woke up and I didn't know what I was seeing, but I saw the other side. I saw really fast visions. I saw the dimension of death. I saw a skeleton. That's the dimension of death. I saw my friend Jackie Collins on the other side, who passed a couple years ago. And so it was interesting. And then I saw these eyes, and these eyes had a little bit of light in them, and then they went dim, and then they went nothing, dark. And so I realized there's a lifeless body. And at that moment, his sister called, and I was like, oh no, this is real. And I had talked him out of this before. Some of you guys that were at the Ojai retreat when dinner was really late, I was on the phone with him, talking him out of it then for an hour plus. And so we weren't cooking dinner. I was doing that. So sometimes, when I'm doing things, or, sometimes I can be late for something. Well, there's you get your priorities, and they come to you. And if you're a psychic or a medium or a healer, you don't really know what the priority is when you start your day and you got your list in front of you. You know, you really don't know. But anyway, he called me up to say goodbye, and I talked him out of it, and so that was a year and a half ago or so, and so but this time he didn't call me because he knew I'd talk him out of it again, and so you know, but when people leave, it's very sad, and especially when they're in that kind of pain. And so, and we don't always get the shot, you guys, you don't always get the shot to make a difference, to talk them out of it. You really don't. And so it's very, very sad when this happens, especially if it's with one of the most talented people I've ever met. And so his wife Natasha, his family, his mom, his brother Josh, his sister Cheryl, I send you all the light and all the love that I can. And so and for you guys in San Francisco, just project a lot of love and a lot of light, and think about all those mornings that you drove to work and you laughed like a maniac, because he is the funniest guy alive. And I certainly enjoyed doing a show with him for 20 some years. And I enjoyed all the fun we had. He invited 2 people to his wedding. I was one of them. Elvis was the other one, his co-host. And so but it was really just a joy. And so sometimes you have these people that are such joys, and so and when they leave, it leaves a dent in your world, unless they move in with you like he has. And so I see him, I think he's like, well, I know I can talk to Gary, this will be fun. And so he seems to be hanging out. And it was really interesting last week when I started the show last week. When I was in front of the cars, when I was in California and with the old cars and stuff, I started the show and he showed up when I started the show. And so I don't know if you thought maybe I was a little bit off in the beginning of that show, but it was like I was having a very hard time because he was there, cracking jokes in the very beginning of the show. And I could see all that. So sometimes being a medium and being able to talk to dead people, not always, people don't understand kind of what that's like, because sometimes most of the time I can turn it off and on, but with that I couldn't. And so Tammy, let me talk to you. You seem to be aware of JV and what I'm talking about. Let me go to Tammy.
Well,
T-A-M-I.
that's awesome.
Oh,
I had
Tammy.
her on the list anyway, so
Did
yay.
you? Oh, good. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, got you.
Sorry guys for that. I just had to say something.
Tammy,
I
unmute
got
yourself.
her. Yep.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah,
So-
so I actually first heard about you from listening to the Doghouse. And I listened to him when he started the show many years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was many, many years ago. And that was the funniest show in the world. They had me on the show. It was a huge, I always went for the bigger shows. And so Dean would book me on all these big morning shows. And so remember, Dean, you booked me on the Doghouse, and you say, you just got to go in. These guys are rough and tough, and you got to tear it up from right in the beginning. You got about one shot, right? And it was crazy because I went in on the show and I could tell they were messing with me, right? They didn't even think I was psychic at all. And he said, so, Mr. Psychic, tell us something very personal, very private, that no one knows, that'll blow our minds, right? And I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. I said, you're dating 2 Asian women. He said, not anymore, I'm not. So that was it. He said, but however, you're on our show because you are a freak of nature, because no one knew, anyway. So and we went on and we did literally hundreds of shows. And so so that was a very fun show though, right?
It
Amazing.
was. Yeah, I loved it. And so I listened all the time. I listened for many, many years. And then I stopped listening to live radio for a bit, but definitely been listening the last week. I know when I woke up Friday morning and heard the news, I texted Michelle right away, like, can Gary help? And I was sure you had already been contacted, but I reached out right away. because I remember how good of friends, best friends, like you said last week at the start of the show, that you had lost one of your best friends, and I knew right away. And on Friday, I don't always see things. I kind of feel more things, but I actually was praying that, because I had read his story, his journey, and I knew this wasn't the first time. I had prayed that he had gone into the light also. I
Well,
know a lot of your fans have.
yeah. And so, but he's, he is. And you know what's interesting? I'm learning something new, guys. You remember that, the I Am Father, when I was in Ojai and I was up there meditating on top of the mountain, Dean and I, and out at the ocean. And so before he went back to Vegas and became real cool and wouldn't invite me to parties and stuff. Anyway. And so, but it was like, we were like, the I Am Father brought in, and God and all of heaven brought in these new heaven dimensions to bring us more light. Right. And so JV is hanging out a lot in those dimensions, and I see him there. And so it's pretty cool. And this may be, I don't know if this is a choice or if was with people, they can actually go there. And that is going to become a heaven. I mean, Earth is turning into a heaven. How does that work? I don't know. I know it as it happens. And so I'm telling you guys as things happen, and I can tell you when I see dark dimensions trying to block us, and so, but I knew that, I knew I was at a record level of suicides when I'm getting call after call after call. I knew I was at a record level of people getting sick, just all kinds of crazy illnesses that were coming along, and I could see people getting sick and or dying, and at record levels. And I'm going, what is up? And there was a really thin layer of this God energy protection that's usually around the planet. Well, these new two dimensions that showed up, that we actually helped bring in, are really important. So you guys meditate, go up your God cord, go up to, I don't know if we got any of those pictures. Judy, do we have those pictures? I don't know if we do. Anyway, so, but if you go up your God cord, imagine going up your God cord and going up into this wider space. And as you go up into this wider space, there's that, there you are. Now see, you can feel it. Isn't that crazy? And so there you are. And so see how your feet got warm, Tammy? You can feel that.
Yeah, I've been doing it a lot lately.
Yeah,
I've really needed it myself.
and it fills you full of light. You see.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just see your higher selves around the earth. And imagine, guys, all of your higher selves appearing around the earth in that white dimension. Perfect. Now I see your sinuses opening, Tammy, so you can feel that. Your face got warm. You can see.
I feel like I saw JV just now.
Did he give you the finger?
No, he didn't. He just smiled.
Oh, he gave me the finger. That's fine. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, he's just being funny. And so good. He'll move to your house now. So there we are. And so now I just see, and now just go up to this little higher dimension and see it got really white, like white fog, you see?
Mm-hmm.
And now that feels really good. That's heavenly hierarchy. That's God's in there. I see Buddha, Christ, Ganesh, I am Father. I see all these big beings in there. Bog, Ganesh. I can go on and on, right? Saint Germain, Michael, Gabriel. I see all these different big beings. Mother Mary, all the big beings are hanging out in this one. And that's the one right above. You got one that you go into in the beginning, and that's a lot of angels. There you are. It looks just like that. And if you guys can't get to that, what you want to do is ask for that white sword as a spiritual gift and clear yourself. If you clear yourself with that white sword, that's what you do. And so just say, God, I am Father. Please give me the gift of the white sword. And so there you go. And now clear yourself with that white sword. And then imagine yourself going up your God cord straight up to that first dimension that's closer to the earth, and then the one above the earth. And there we are. There. And see, now your hands feel real warm. Look how good you feel. Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, guys, this is the way to meditate to get yourself full of light. And so you want to stay full of light. And the reason you want to stay full of light, because if you're full of light, you're not full of dark. Mm-hmm. And so it's really simple. So that's what you do. And you may bump into my friend JV there. Anyway, that's fun. Anyway, thank you, JV, for all those wonderful years that we did radio together. You were a rock star, and thank you for being my friend. And so there we go. And so let me look at you. Now you look good. Okay. You had a question, Tammy? What's your question? You had something.
So I hate to be a downer, but I've had a really hard 6 weeks, and that's why I wanted to talk to you. I was going through, I'll sum it up. I was going through depression, a lot of stuff at work, had suicidal thoughts, was on a psych hold. Things at work got worse. I have two friends, or I know two people have passed away in a week. And I was laid off of my job this past Tuesday. After being told for so long I'm a rock star. What really bothers is, so I'm okay with losing the job. That's a door opening. I was on medical disability or medical modified work through February 22nd. My checks were cut February 23rd. So I don't know if it was really a performance thing. Did they really feel that way because my customers love me? Or was it more of a medical thing? And right now I'm taking time to find Tammy again and being a mom and a wife. So is me taking time off for a couple months the right thing to do? Or should I jump right back into work looking for a job right away?
I think you're going to get an opportunity for a job right away if you try just a tiny little bit.
Okay.
I feel like that you are a rock star at what you do, and everybody does love you. You know what your performance is. They were going through all kinds of internal issues that were crazy. And, you had the boss sleeping with the sales manager, and the sales manager that was doing something, and somebody's niece needed a job and they threw you out because of that. I mean, on and on and on. I see crazy stuff. But it didn't really have anything much to do with you. And so that makes sense to you, right?
It does make sense, because I was there for 5 years. I know from what I said is, they were telling me costs were too high. They need to bring down costs. So I'm a higher paid employee, and they paid for all the medical. So it's just one day I was there, the next day I'm gone. I mean, I reached out to one of my customers and she was crying.
Well, there's two better jobs that's in your atmosphere right now, in your spiritual energy, on your spiritual field. And so you would say, just God, bring me my perfect job. Say that out loud.
God, bring me my perfect job.
Okay, go apply.
Okay.
Yeah, don't wait around. Stay with it.
Okay.
Yeah. You can take a little minute off, but don't do that. Don't stay out, keep going.
Okay.
And I see you doing well. See how your feet got really warm now. See?
Yeah.
Because you're on your golden path. See, in my spiritual eyes, I see a golden road go underneath your feet. And so you guys remember, you can piggyback off of other people's spiritual gifts. So Tammy got the gift of a golden diamond road. You might ask for that. Dear God, give me the gift of my golden diamond road, right? And so you can get, now you're, how warm your feet got?
Yeah.
Tammy? Yeah,
Yeah.
there. And so good. Perfect. That's going to feel good. You got the job. Yay. So good. Thanks, honey. Thank you for sharing your JV stories. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you back. I could feel that. I could feel
I'm
that.
so happy for you, Tammy.
Yeah. That's good. That's really, really good.
Awesome.
And so, yeah. Anyway, sorry I got emotional, see, Michelle Dean, I do have feelings that get hurt sometimes if I don't get invited to things. I'm just saying. Anyway,
I think you put eye drops in your eyes.
You're funny.
you think?
Yep. Y'all didn't see that? I think he went.
It's
eye
a
drop.
trick.
He's just trying to lighten the mood.
It's a trick.
No, really though, we are sorry for
Yeah, I know.
your loss, and we
Mhm.
it's so sad, heartbreaking.
We had crazy times with him. I'm thinking like we had some really fun times. We were doing a show at the Oakland Arena in front of 28,000 people or something crazy, right?
Well, that's when they decided y'all going to heal a blind person.
Yeah, well, you were there with us. I talked you into it. I talked Dean into this. This is true. So we're going to heal this blind girl, right? And we had healed 12 cancers on the air, and a lot of them were stage 3, stage 4 cancers. and we had did 12 in a row consecutively. So, you know, by now we think we are Jesus Christ superstar. Woohoo, right? And so JV, you know, was like, well, let's do something crazy, like heal a blind girl. I said, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, let's heal this blind girl. You know, and we got this girl that was, you know, she was blind, she wanted to be healed, this and that. Okay, whatever, sure. And so then I talked Dean into it as well, because he has a tremendous amount. He's very much a healer. And so, in spite of what I say about him, and but he was like, so we go to heal this blind girl, and you know, and the crowd's in. I mean, the crowd's like, you know, blown away because of all the stuff I always do and we did on the air. And we, you know, went through the 12 people who had cancer. One young guy. Remember the young guy? He came and actually hung out with me in Ojai at the house. Remember, Dean? And he had
Yep, like 7 tumors in his lungs or something.
12, yeah. He had 12
yeah.
in his heart and lungs. I mean, he was like, and they were like, you know, you're beyond stage 4, whatever that is. And you know, you're gonna die. And he was young. He was only 23 or something like this.
Early
Anyway,
20s, yep.
and so all the tumors disappeared. Wow, how about that, right? And so there's a tremendous amount of power when you have 1 million or 2 million people project light to somebody. That's amazing. When you got 1 million or 2 million people, and see, we had that audience of that, and so, you know, we would heal. I would do what I did. I'd get rid of the dark energies and demons that were messing with things, and then we had, you know, a couple of million people say a prayer. So there was a tremendous amount of light. And so it wasn't only me doing it or JV doing it on the air, but it was also everybody else, all the audience participating. Remember John that had the, he was, you know, he was an HIV victim. And unfortunately in those days, it was like the late 90s, I guess, and you didn't have the cocktail that people could take for HIV, and you'd be okay. And so his T cell levels had went to nothing, and he was on his way out. And remember that, Dean? And so we had 1 million or 2 people, 1 million or 2 million people pray for him. And I took him out to that healing beach where we're standing on. I think we have a picture of that. We were out there the other day. And it's where I go meditate, Recon Beach out in California, close to Ojai. And so we took John and we put him in a chair and set him there. And at that moment, I called in on the air, and we had a couple of million people project light to him. Well, he's still alive. And so that's about 20 years ago. And so he miraculously came back and did fine. And so, you know, a lot of healing took place. And so, you know, it wasn't so far-fetched that we could heal a blind girl. So anyway, so we were out there and we were healing on this blind girl in front of all these people. It was a big comedy show. All the most famous comedians in the world were there. And so anyway, not a lot was happening. And so remember, Dean? And then finally, I mean, I projected so much light. I'm surprised she didn't spontaneously just combust and catch on fire, right, and blow up. But she I could tell she could see a tremendous amount of light. And so I said, you see light in your eyes, right? And she goes, yes, I see light. And then in my ear, my angel said, that's as good as you're going to get. Hit it. And so I had a cue where I would go, you know, and the music would go, right? And the music's like, da-da-da, yeah, you know, and then we off the stage we went. Well, anyway, so the blind girl goes running through the backstage and she's screaming, I'm still blind, you know, and we feel like total idiots, of course, right? And we're like, oh my God, how are we going to ever live this down? We feel like fools. And so she's screaming, help me, I'm blind, you know, I'm thinking, oh God. And so, and then Elvis isn't helping. JV's partner, who's the funniest person in the world, he's making jokes about, hey, I dropped some breadcrumbs. Can you see them? You know, I'm like, JV, you know, Elvis, shut up. You're not helping. Then Carlos Mencino come out and did a whole comedy routine. And then the other one, whoever, you know, and on and on and on. So we're thinking we can't even go back on the air. How are we going to go back on the air and face our audience on Monday morning with this, you know, and this poor blind girl? What if she kills herself? Good Lord. So I got to Bride. I remember, Dean, I said, book me in some fancy hotel somewhere and make sure get the blind girl a room and just get me somewhere where I can So anyway, so remember, we actually kind of kidnapped the blind girl,
Yep.
So
You, JV, I can't remember the lady's name now, the girl, and I think Elvis was there, and
yeah.
oh
And
my
so
God.
we're like, I'm going to make sure this blind girl has a hell of a lot of fun, get her some drinks, whatever, and so I'm like, make sure, she just don't, kill herself or something, because then that would be horrible, worse than we are. We kept getting deeper. Well, anyway, so we go back on the air and we feel like this is the worst day of our life. And then, there was a point in the show with 28,000 live people. I said, if you need a healing, or if any of your family needs a healing, ask for it now. Right. And so, you remember, Dean, it was like, so I practically caught on fire. And it was like, I never felt so much
a lot of people that's got some sort of a healing that night. Yes.
Yeah, they called it. They started calling. Yeah, remember, they called in one after the other and said, "Oh my God, my kid had this illness. It disappeared. This happened. It got better. My mom, I can't believe she got up and started walking and running around the house." It was like all these different things, and said, all of a sudden, and so there was all these miracle-esque things of people who had serious illnesses that just evaporated, and so all these people that were in the crowd got healed. And so we're just, and then we're working with this girl again, and Dean's the one who solved the riddle. Dean was projecting healing from home or the office or wherever, and he's the one that figured it out. He said, had me on the phone, not on the air, and he said, "Garrett, I'm talking to God, and God said, ask the blind girl if she wants to be healed. He's saying she don't." Right. And so everybody else,
I was meditating. I was back in Ohio and I was meditating. You're in the air with JV, y'all going through your thing. No one could figure out, like, why didn't it work? What's going on? And I was just meditating.
All these cancers, everything, everybody else got healed. Why not the blind girl? Right.
So all of a sudden,
another blind person got healed. Another person that couldn't see got to where they could see. I mean, all these things happened. Right. And so what's wrong with her? And so, go ahead. I'm sorry, Dean.
Oh, no, that's right. So I'm meditating, and all of a sudden I hear clear as somebody talking to me going, "Did anyone ask if she wants to be healed?" And I'm like, of course she wants to be healed. And I hear a guy going, "You sure about that?" I'm like, I think I'm sure about that. I don't know. I didn't ask. It wasn't my job. Mine was just to project healing energy to her. And he goes, "She doesn't want to be healed." I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I called Gary. I called Gary. You got to talk to me.
Yeah, and I was on the air. I was live on the air with JV, and I asked her. I said, "Do you want? God wants to know. Do you want to be healed?" And she goes, "No." I went, "What? No, I've never gotten so much attention in my life. If I got healed, all you guys wouldn't be daunting and healing on me. I don't ever want to be healed." And I'm thinking, I can see the headlines: "Blind girl gets choked by psychic." What is up with you? What is wrong with you? Right. And so, but you figured it out, Dean, you and God, or whatever. But it was like, and so that's a good example, though. So, we get our lessons sometimes very hard, and your lessons that come to you very hard, like that was a hard lesson for us. And I realized, if you guys don't want to be healed, I can't do anything with you. I can't do anything about it. I could be gifted and whatever, and I could have some direct lines out to the cosmos and heavenly hierarchy and heaven and God, and it doesn't matter. If you don't want to be healed, if you don't want to get it, if you don't want to get light, if you don't want to get your miracles, if you don't want to be healed, I can't do anything about it. And so that's not my job. And so then I realized that's not my job. And but very interesting. So always know, if you guys want to get healed, if you're thinking of getting healed, realize you got to want to. You got to want it. If you want it, it'll work. If you don't want it, it won't work. And we have 28,000 people to prove it live. And so it's some pretty embarrassing moments. Anyway, those are some of the times we had with JV. Anyway, thank you, JV. That was fun. But our lesson was that everybody else in the arena seemed to get healed pretty good, because they wanted it. And so it all works out. Who are we talking to? We're just babbling tonight and talking about old stories and
These are good stories,
yeah.
and it's good we took a moment for
Yes.
you took a moment for JV. So
Yeah,
aw. But yes, we do have a list going. So should I go ahead and pick the next
yeah,
person?
of
Thank you,
course, of
Gary.
course.
We're gonna go to Miss Lori Goodman. I want to give my condolences because her mom passed away
Lori,
yesterday.
unmute yourself, please.
So
Thank
hi,
you.
Lori.
Hey, hey, honey. I
So-
really like you. I really like you. I always like you. I
Thank
love
you.
everybody, but I really like you. And so your mom died yesterday. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Thank you.
How old was she?
She was 88.
Okay. And so my mom was 87. And so
Oh,
there's never a good time for mamas to die. Just never a good time. It just doesn't work out. And so I see her, and was she a hoot when she was younger?
yeah.
She was fun and funny. She was when she was young.
Well, I was young when she was young, but
Yeah, so you don't know. Yeah, well, I just see her. I see her on the other side, and she's making jokes and says she's roller skating through heaven. And but she's having a really good time. I see her with her mother actually, and so and her mom says hi. And she loves you. And so I just see everybody over there projecting love back to you. And your mom says, don't be upset. Don't be upset for me. I am so good. Your mom says she's really, really good. And I smell food cooking. I'm trying to figure out what I'm smelling. I don't
Jewish
know if
food.
what?
Jewish food.
Oh, did she cook though? Or
Yeah.
what's the deal with all the food? I just smell food, really good food, you know. And so they're having a big party with food, with a lot of food, it's like that. And so, but she's like, she's talking about that she came by you on her way out, or she was with you on her way. What's she talking about?
I was with her
Okay.
in the hospital.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she saw you. It was a kind of like when she passed, she went, sometimes people will go by and through everyone that they're close to and love.
Wow.
And so she did that with you as she was on her way out, as she went out. And she said she felt comfort and knew she was good. And so but she says that and she says she's not thirsty anymore. So I guess she was thirsty. Yeah. And so did she say that? Was she thirsty all the time? What's she talking about?
She couldn't have anything to drink
Oh, okay.
for the last 24 hours. So
okay. Well, anyway, in her mind, she thought she was really thirsty, and so she's laughing, but she's happy in her heaven. She appreciates you so much, and she holds your hand. She's very close in. She got to heavens, hanging out and doing good, and so I felt her reach and get your hand. See, one of your hands got hot right then. I could feel it.
yeah. Yeah.
You feel that? Yeah. So she's real close in with you. You'll be feeling her. Like I could feel my friend JV. I mean, it's like, they just come to you. And so you may not see them quite as clear. You may get to where you can see her clear, but you'll feel her. But she tells me to tell you that she appreciates you. And you're the one that understood her. You got her, she says. So does that make sense to you?
No.
You didn't think you got her?
No.
But she thinks you did.
Okay. Well, yeah. I think later in life I did.
Yeah, well, she thinks you did. I think a lot of people didn't get her at all, And so, but she says that you did. That's what she believes. And so anyway, she's happy for you. She loves you. She's good. She's really, really good. And she's with a guy. I don't know who the guy is, but maybe it's your dad, or I'm not sure who it is, but he's got a big car. And so I don't know who is that? Do you know who that is?
I know who that is.
Where did she live? Where was she from?
Michigan. And then she lived here California for the past 10 years. And she lived in Florida too.
This is somebody that had it's either a big old Buick or a big Cadillac, you know? And so I don't know who that is.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
know. You have to think about it. Maybe it was an uncle or something, but she was really close with that person.
Oh,
And so, but they have a big car, big old thing, you know,
okay.
one of those big boat mobiles. So she's just showing me what her heaven is. You have to think about it for a little bit. So anyway, good luck, honey. Thank you so much. I'm so
Thank you so
sorry.
much.
Yeah,
Thank
she's very close in with you. If you just meditate and don't think about what you would think she would say, but just allow her to be, she'll tell you all kinds of stuff because she's very close in with you. Okay.
Good.
All right. All right.
Yeah, because
Good.
we had conversations and she like didn't think there was anything after. And I told her to send me a sign after she got there. And so I guess you just gave it to me.
She held your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and if you check into whoever had the big Cadillacs or whatever, you'll be real surprised. So anyway, there we go. Good luck. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good luck, honey.
Thank you, Lori.
Good luck.
Thank you, Lori. Oh, so sweet.
That's tough. It's tough when you know, there's never a good time for moms to die. It's just like, that's the roughest. And so who we talking to?
Thank you, Gary. Can we go to Miss Carla Cooper's, please? Miss Carla Cooper's. Thanks for being patient, Miss Carla.
Carla, unmute yourself, please.
Hey, girl.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How's my volume? The last time it was real loud for you guys. Is it okay?
Oh, we're
this
good.
time?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. What's your question?
My question is, I'm trying to do a checklist. I've, for about 8 weeks, I've had a really bad pain in my upper right, like T1 to T5, and it's not a skeletal pain. It's more like I was in a street fight where I was in a boxing match and, like I got the crap beat out of me. And I mean, it was so bad that I almost went to the ER a couple times, and I hate hospitals. So my question is it, and then also it's like it's going down to my lower right side towards my front. And then last night it was going up my neck, where it's like my neck, and then the back of my head was almost like vibrating. So my question is this a demonic thing? Is
Well,
it
no,
a
here's what it
thing?
is. No, well, here's what it is. It's the energy of Bell's palsy. And so it's the energy of Bell's palsy. Is what it is. It's that energy, or it also can more. It could go either way. It could go Bell's palsy, or it could also go shingles. And so, but it starts out in like back there in your back in that area, and then it'll run up your neck, and then it'll go up into your head. And so, and it could go into that, but it's that virus. It's actually it's part of the chickenpox virus, and so, but it's actually viral. It's not. You're right. It's not skeletal. I guess you figured that out from a doctor, but they didn't tell you what it was, and so, but it's actually that's what it is. And so, you would do. The doctor would give you probably steroids or an antiviral. Antiviral. And so that's what probably you would do. But as I look at you, I can also beat it back because I understand it. So I'm just projecting lots of light to that area. There we are. So your face turning a little bit red as I pull that off you. And so now I feel your sinuses open, your feet got warm, your back got light. There we are. And so there's just a bunch of stuff. You got slightly dizzy then. And so that's because there's a dimension. Now that dimension, that healing dimension is around you. And so it's really interesting. Viruses are in your physical body, and they're also in a dimension out in the cosmos. And I just cleared all that away. And so there we go. Now you're pretty interesting because this is something because out there, out in the cosmos, you're a very bright light. So you are one that kind of gets attacked first. So you're sort of on the front lines. And so if people are getting beat up by certain things, right. And so I'm just beating some of these dark entities back, that if these things hadn't gotten to you yet, you're lucky. But this is a certain demon that has attacked people in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And it's incredibly aggressive. It's one of the most aggressive demons I've seen. And I just now cleared it off you. And there we go. See, now the back of your neck is warm. Feel it? See?
Yeah.
Different feeling. There. Okay. There. It took a minute. The whole time I was talking, I was clearing. I was fighting a battle. And so, but I beat these things off of you. And so you'll feel good. And then, guys, I wish I could tell you how to get rid of them. I hadn't got it to a science yet where I can explain it to you. I'm afraid for you to get it. I'm afraid for you to put your dog in the fight that I was just in. And so, but if you call me, I can clear these things off you, but they're very aggressive. And so, and they make people, I kept on trying to figure out why everybody's getting sick, or why everybody's going through crazy stuff, like boom, explosion in your face. Like, you're doing great at your job and you get fired. What? You see what I mean? And so, but people are getting these crazy surprises. And this particular entity, is one that will create these things. And so now you look really good. So there we go. I got to go because I got to go to the next person. Anyway, thank you. You'll feel better.
Thank you very much, Gary. And I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. You're sweet. You're sweet. You're sweet. You're sweet. And I appreciate that. I really do. Who are we talking to, guys?
Thank you, Gary. Can we get Ken Chima? Ken Chima on,
Oh, neat.
please?
Ken,
My
please
buddy.
unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hey, Ken.
Hey,
Hey, buddy. How you feeling? I know you were sick.
I'm alive, but I'm not okay.
Okay.
Turns out you can hear me, right? Okay, everything's good. You guys can hear
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Yeah.
So it turns out that my kidneys were really about to fail. You were right though. I talked to you, and they're still working, and nobody knows why they're working. They can't explain it. They don't know how I'm even peeing, because technically on books they're dead.
Mhm.
So I was in dialysis, and I'm trying to heal them now, basically, because now they did dialysis 4 times, and basically they're saying if they could heal themselves, perhaps she'll be okay. It's possible. There's a possibility, but they're not sure. They said if you keep doing dialysis and see what happens.
Well, I got the message that you were going through that with your kidneys, and I worked on you for a while, and so that's good news that the doctors are they said you got to go on dialysis, and then all of a sudden your kidneys are working,
Yeah.
and so this is good news. And so when I
Yeah.
look at them, I think you got one kidney that's just going to be all right, and is what I see, because you got one that's way better than the other. I don't know if you know that. Have they told you
Okay.
that?
No, they didn't know yet. They didn't get a chance to figure that out.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm just seeing that. And so I got one of your kidneys. It's golden. Ask God for a golden kidney. Say, God, give me a golden kidney, please.
God, give me a golden kidney, please.
There it goes. Okay. Now that really lit up. And so there we are. And that's because you're acknowledging, and just say, thank you, God. There we are. Yeah. And I see your back glowing now. I can feel it warm down there. You can probably feel that. And so, and so now then, I'm seeing the other one starting to glow a little bit, and I see light going into that one. And I got rid of a bunch of dark energies around it. Now I see light starting to go into that one. Okay.
Okay.
All you need is one. So,
True.
you'll be, I know you're in the medical profession. You're a nurse.
Yes.
Right. And so,
Right.
so you understand how it works, but I just see one kidney glowing, really. And so, I think that there's a good shot that you're able to, get through it, without dialysis. And you've got one kidney that looks like it's going to be all right. And so,
Okay.
so that's what I want to pray for that. I want to think like that. And I'm just projecting a lot of that healing and light and love to you, which is easy to do to you. And so there we go. And so now feel how you feel really warm down there. Now it's a different feeling. There we go. Okay, buddy. There we go. Well, get better. And you had, there's some of these really super aggressive, demons guys that I see. I'm gonna call them demons, but frankly, they look strange. They look like a worm that eats your higher selves. Okay. And this will sound like science fiction, but I just got rid of about 60 as I talk to you
Oh my
of these
God.
things. And those things were sucking all the light out of you, creating darkness in your body. And basically, it was fast forwarding. You might have had kidney problems when you were 90 years old, but they were bringing this to you early. And that's
Okay.
what this is the way this seems to be working for a lot of people. And so I couldn't figure out why all these young people are getting sick of these weird things. And so, but there we go. It looks like you're healing up. So good. There. And that's the reason that's the reason you're peeing, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. And so I'm just projecting lots of healing, light, and love to you, buddy. Good luck.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks good though. Looks good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell the doctors you're going to take the miracle instead of the surgery. So there we go. All right.
I definitely will, Gary.
All right. Okay.
Thank you
There
so
we
much,
go.
brother.
Good luck. Good luck. That's
Thank
kind
you.
of
Thank you,
crazy. That's
Ken.
kind of crazy,
Thank
guys,
you.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we look forward to seeing you at the retreat too, to Gary, because he's coming. Woo!
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's awesome. And so, I've noticed a lot of really bright light people. We're on the front lines. And so we really, really are. And so therefore you got to keep on using your spiritual gifts, clear yourself with your gifts, make sure that you learn how to use your spiritual gifts so you can keep yourself all healthy and happy. And you can also clear your family. Really important. And for you guys that have kids and grandkids, and a lot of these little kids are so spiritually gifted. And I had a whole week this week in private readings of just working and clearing lots of kids. And so if you guys also, if you want to book a private reading, call me up for a private reading. Probably never been a better time to get one. And so because I can really fix you pretty quick these days. And so 800-827-GARY or GarySpivey.com. But just go online, book a private reading with me. I'd love to talk to you. This week I'm in North Carolina, just doing lots of private readings. And so 800-827-GARY, call me up for a private reading. And I would love to talk to you. And so who we got, guys?
Thank you, Gary. Can we go ahead and get Casey's laptop right there? Hey, Casey from Minnesota.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Casey, what's going on?
Oh, I was one of those people who, it's not that it was super unexpected, but I just don't know how to move forward. But I was terminated one of my contracts this week. And
crazy, right? Yeah. See, these are the things. See, these particular entities, the ones I'm talking about, you guys noticing the pattern now as we get going. And so these particular entities bring it out of left field. Like the gal earlier who got terminated and she was a rock star, like you got something that blew up and you're like, you didn't see it coming because you knew it feels like it was a perfect thing, and you were perfect with it and you did everything not good, but great. And so when I look at you, you have 6 of these types of entities that are around you. Can I get rid of those for you?
Oh, please
Okay, do. There we go. And if you guys think you got this thing going, you want to call me for a private reading because I can get rid of these. And this will matter. Okay, now then, as quick as that goes. Now watch this. Clicked. How light do you feel?
I feel teary.
Well, the reason you feel teary is because it's healing. See, when you feel teary, that means you got healed. Anytime you get a tear, that means you got healed. You see, and so I pulled these things off, and that's what that is. So you not only these things can also affect your health negatively, and they can make crazy outcomes that are bad outcomes show up in your world. And so you don't want that. And so there we go. Now you feel good. You guys, you're going to join me tomorrow for the master class because I'll explain in much more detail this thing that I'm doing right now. And so, and maybe we'll even figure out how I can show you guys how to do it yourself. So you want to make sure you join me for the master class tomorrow, and that's from 2 to 5. And it's really important. And if you're not signed up for the masterclass, go to GarySpivey.com when we get off the show tonight and sign up. And tomorrow also, I will be showing you guys some really cool crystals. And so I got tons and tons and tons of really, really neat crystals, all kinds of crystals that are, really fun, really, really special that you can use for healing, for everything, to attract soulmates, love, whatever's going on. And so now look how you feel now. Now you feel your head's different. It's kind of buzzy inside. Feel that?
I'm warm.
Yeah. Well, I see your face get totally red. You see?
It is totally red.
Yeah. And so, well, the reason is because you have all this light going through your body. And so that's what that is. And so you're going to be fine. Now you're going to find that as unlucky as that was, you're going to be incredibly lucky now. And so when I get rid of these things are super aggressive. It's probably the most aggressive entity I've ever seen on humans. And so, and this was happening. And I finally got to where I could clear it and see it and get rid of it. Okay. And so now then you notice your feet are on fire. They feel almost uncomfortably hot, right?
They are uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that's because you got so much light going through your body. You're going to be all right. You're going to be fine.
You think I should? I mean, do I just say thank you for the opportunity and let it go? Or do you think I call them and say, can I please have my job back?
I would call them and say, are you sure?
Can I have forgiveness?
What?
Or can I have some forgiveness? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, if I pleaded, she would say yes. But I also feel like, is this God just opening and closing doors? Because that's not where I'm supposed to be.
I would go. I wouldn't have no ego with it because it's a pretty good job, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think you're going to do really good. I think I would call and do your best, and I just change the energy on it. So let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, call them up. Who cares? Have no ego. Just tell them do the dance, whatever the dance is, and so the person that you're talking to is a mood monster.
Oh yeah,
and so right. I've never, I hadn't seen too many like this, but so I'm just going to project a lot of light to where you call at the right moment, so the mood monster's in a good mood. Okay.
Okay.
So
thank you.
So, yep. There you go. Good luck. Good luck. You'll tear it up. You'll do well. You'll do good. All right.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Casey. We miss you.
Yeah, and you keep on getting hot. I can feel it getting really warm and really warm. And so, who are we talking to?
Thank you, Gary. Can we get Crystal Campbell on, please? Miss Crystal.
Crystal, go with a K. Got it.
Yeah,
all right, Crystal, unmute yourself.
Hi, guys. Hi, Gary.
Hey, how are you?
Mom's here.
Hey, Mom. Hi.
Okay, so I have I have this thing now to where a lot of times if I get up in the middle of the night and if I'm looking, I see eyes. Normally it's just with my eyes closed. And lately now, like, there's a lot of them, and I can tell whether like either human looking or like reptilian or whatever, like different shapes. And lately it's almost like if I'm there and they notice me and they all kind of come in, and you can see them, like they'll come in and like get really close, like they're trying to, they're like, who's this? And they come in really close, like they're really trying to look at me, and then they'll come take turns and somebody else will come in. And I had like, I don't know, it was probably like a month ago, somebody came in and he was looking at me and he started tapping on my third eye, and I could feel it because like my eyes kept blinking when he was doing it. But it's been like a lot more now. Sometimes even in the middle of the night, if I see some eyes that I don't really like, I'll open my eyes and I can still see them. So
right. Well, there's a lot of dimensional shifts right now. And so that's what I see. There's a lot of dimensional shifts going on. And with these dimensional shifts going on, I have the same kind of thing happen. I'll close my eyes, or I'll wake up in the morning and I'll see all these people, and I'm like, and then I start to recognize a few of them, and I realize that you're basically seeing in these new dimensions. You're seeing in the earth angel dimension, and then you're seeing in the dimension above that has heavenly hierarchy. Heavenly hierarchy doesn't always look like humans. Ganesh, of course, he's the Hindu demigod with all the arms and the elephant snout, and whatever, looks like an elephant. And so there's many different beings. Bog looks like he's all gold. He looks a little bit like CP3O, frankly, on Star Wars. And so some of these big beings, the I Am Father looks very alien-esque with big blue eyes. And so I see that you were seeing the I Am Father. And so the I Am Father will teach people amazing things. And so I was spending all this time with him in Ojai when I was in Ojai. And then thereafter, he still pops in, and now he's popping in North Carolina. And he'll tell me things and teach me things, how to use certain spiritual gifts, gives me certain spiritual gifts with God. And so you're having a lot of that thing go on. I don't feel like it's evil. I feel like, probably 99% of your stuff is really super positive, and you're seeing heavenly hierarchy. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
'cause
just
I
seeing.
don't hear them. It's just their eyes, and it's like sometimes if I ask a question, their eyes will be like, and then sometimes I see their teeth now. So not their whole face. It's the eyes, but now the teeth are coming in, and sometimes they're pointy and sharp, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that, and I try to get them to go away, but then I still see them. So, but. Okay.
Sometimes they don't look exactly human-esque, and so, but
well, that was my question, I guess, too, because I'm like, I don't know, how am I supposed to, other than a feeling, if they're good or bad.
Well, I think you can always use your spiritual gifts of light gifts to clear whatever's in your face. If it's a dark entity. Well, if it's a dark entity, you use your sword, especially that white sword that you can get, and that's the I Am sword, and you can clear it. See, I Am is the collective consciousness being of all the enlightened beings and all of God's universes. And so you ask for the I Am sword. The I Am sword is a white sword. And so you'll use that white sword, and you'll clear with that sword. And so that works, as well as if you have a white crystal.
Yeah,
you can clear with a white crystal. And so these kind of do the same like that, but you want to ask for that white sword, and when you clear it, you'll just simply, enough, you guys don't have it, just say, angels, God, I Am Father, please give me the white sword. And so if you clear with that sword, it will get rid of anything dark that's there. And so then you'll know if it was good or bad. You just clear it. And then the good stuff is light, and so it won't clear. It'll still be there. And so so that's how it works. Okay,
that makes sense, because I was like, I'm trying to clear this and they're not leaving.
Yeah, because they're not bad.
Okay.
You're seeing. I see that you're up in this new heaven dimension around the earth, that white dimension, and you're actually seeing that. And so that's what it is. And it kind of comes in like you'll just start to see it, and you'll get visions. And that's the way it works. That's the way it works, especially when you are in sort of an alpha state and you're half asleep and half awake.
Right. It's normally when I can get it.
Yeah, that's when it comes in. So that's all. It's all good. And here I just cleared you. I cleared your energy. You had one of these entities I was talking about, and I just cleared it off you. Look how warm you feel now. See? Different feeling.
I've been trying to clear my neck, because that's why I figure they've been attacking me there. It's on my neck.
A lot of people.
And it's every day. It's like, man, what's up with my neck?
Yeah. Well, there you go. Now you see it's getting warm now. So there we are. Yeah.
Cool.
You had one of these entities that was sort of beating you up. There we go. Better. All right. Good luck, honey. Tell your mom I love her.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, guys. I love you.
Love you
Love
too.
you.
Love you, Gary.
Thanks. You too. You too. You guys are sweet. They're fun.
Oh yeah.
They're fun. I had a good time with them at the retreat. They were great.
They are. I hope they come again. Hope you guys come to the retreat.
Yeah, it's perfect. Who are we talking to, guys?
Thank you, Gary. Let's go to Koa Hosino. Hey, Koa. Thank you for being patient.
From Hawaii.
Hey, how's it, Gary?
Hey, Koa.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Sick. I keep getting sick. Why am I?
Well, see, this is kind of happening to people that live on Earth right now. Just everybody's getting sick, and so different things. And let me help you. There's these entities that are sort of beating you up and pushing your energy field low that allows you to get sick. And so I'm clearing these off of you. Okay. And
Thank
so
you.
there we go. Notice how now your feet are getting warm a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now your sinuses are opening up a little bit. See? There we are. And so now I see all this big giant light going into your chest. And I'm seeing let me work on your lungs a minute. There we go. That's getting warm inside of your lungs.
I
Much
can
better.
feel it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now just simply ask God for a healing gift. Say, God, give me my big giant healing spirit, please.
God, can you give me my big giant healing gift, please?
Okay. And I see this really rainbow looking spirit slip into your body. Now I see a big golden spirit slip into your body. There we go. And now I see a crown go on your head. Now I see a big giant group of swords come down to you. And so you're getting sort of, it's raining spiritual gifts. And then I see a big treasure chest of gold. So this is abundance. Reach and get that. Pull that in. That's the money. Okay. So you got
Thank
some
you.
money coming. And then I see a new car. Are you getting a new car?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh, okay. I see a car. I mean, I saw a car fly down. So you just got a bunch of spiritual gifts. A lot of times these dark entities will eat your spiritual gifts. This particular one that I'm getting rid of these days. And so this is going to really help you out. Now your head got super light inside. See, you feel better. Different feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
There
you.
we go. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. You're going to be all right. There we go.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, come to a retreat. Can't wait.
I want to. I will.
All right. All right. Thanks, buddy. Good luck in Hawaii. Where are you walking? I want to know where you're walking around. Show me where you are.
My front yard. It's the
Look at
ocean if you
that.
guys can see it.
Look at that, guys. I want to move in with you. Look at that. Look at all the tropical trees and how
Aloha.
beautiful. That is
Yeah.
pretty. That's gorgeous.
Nice spot.
Yeah, really nice spot. I could tell it was because I felt all this light. There's a certain light, and it's a Buddha energy. It actually is. And so there's this crazy Buddha vibe there that is just such an outdoor energy of healing. And so,
that's nice.
it's like a heaven. Thank you for sharing your heaven. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. See you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
Cole.
love it.
Good luck. Get better.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you for watching Tapping In. Yeah, he's in Hilo. Hilo's a great. I just love Hilo.
He's cool.
That's on the Big Island. This is a beautiful, beautiful place in the world. There we go. Who we talking to, girl?
Thank you, Gary. Can we go to Michelle? I have her right here. Hey, Michelle.
Which Michelle? Oh, you got her? Okay.
She has two of them on, so just unmute this one. Oh, you took off your video. Can you turn your video back on? Uh-oh.
She's got
Michelle,
video on.
and unmute. Hello. She had it on, but she turned it off.
I think she was abducted by aliens.
No. Here's
I'll sing for you. How about I sing a song?
Okay,
While you
she's got
guys are-
two videos on. So
There she
Michelle,
is.
which one are you going to use?
Unmute one of them. Anyone.
Hello? I don't think she knows how to unmute it. So let me remove this one.
Okay. You guys,
Do
I
you
get
know
a
how to unmute?
vision.
Yeah.
There. You unmuted
you
for a
almost had it.
Did
second.
it for a second.
Try it one more time.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Okay. We could come back to you if not.
You see a little thing that pops up that says host asked you to unmute.
There you go.
Is it there?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can
Hey,
you hear
girl.
me?
Yes.
I
Can you hear
can. Yes, there we
Okay.
go. What's your question? What's going on?
I had a question. I have lots, but I know I have to get it to just one. I've been worried about my grandson. He was diagnosed autistic. And I worry about what his life's going to be.
I think the
He's
doctors.
going to be all right.
Here's what I hear. I hear this, and this is sort of. I'm trying to figure out if I should water it down or just tell you what I see. I think the doctor's an
Tell
idiot.
me what you see.
I hear the doctor's an idiot. That's what I hear. And so I don't think he's autistic. I think he's got a lot of other things. Is he not verbal yet? What's going on with him? Does he talk?
No, he's not. He's almost 4 and he's not verbal.
Yeah. And so tell me his name. What's his name?
His name's Quentin. Quentin.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so what city do you live in?
Cincinnati.
Does he live there too?
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. Okay. Quentin. Call his name.
Quentin.
Call it one more time.
Quentin.
Okay, I got him. Okay, one more time. Say Quentin. Can you call his name? Oh, she's froze. There we go. There we are. Can you say Quentin again?
Quentin.
There we go. Okay, now I slipped him into his body. He wasn't in his body. See, he has a higher self that talks. And
You're
so
breaking up.
yeah. Anyway, I got him in his body. He'll start talking. Okay. And so I got him slipped down into his body, and you'll notice he'll start talking. Does he like cheese doodles? Does he like Cheetos? Oh God.
Yeah.
He
He'll eat
does?
just about anything.
Oh, okay. He wants more Cheetos. So I asked him, I said, what do you want? I'm like, what do you want? And he goes, those cheese things. And I go, what cheese? And anyway, Cheetos. He likes Cheetos. And so who don't? But he particularly loves them. And so but he's good. Let's see what he does. He'll start talking now. You'll notice. Okay. And so he'll start talking.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. There you go. That was my favorite. Remember,
Thank you,
Dean?
Michelle.
I used to just want to do that. I didn't want to do anything else but just put, a lot of times, see, autistic kids that they call autistic, they're not even autistic. What happens is sometimes they're up in the cosmos doing a job for God. And I learned a lot of my spiritual, secrets, if you would, that I tell you guys all about from autistic kids. And so I was seeing so many autistic kids, and I was, healing all these autistic kids, and they were starting to talk instantly, and their parents are freaking out, because all of a sudden this kid's talking, and the kid never talked. And so what happened was, I would go, what are you doing? Where are you? Why are you up there and not down here in your physical body? But their main spirit would be up around the planet doing some job for God, like stopping up black holes. And so I would ask the kid, this was years ago. I'd say, how do you stop up a black hole? And so the kid would share his spiritual gift with me, or her spiritual gift with me, and I would stop up black holes. And so I learned how to do that by just working with autistic kids, and so, or that were called autistic. But I think that this kid will start talking now, so that's important. All you got to do is get their spirit down in their body, talk to them a little bit, and they'll start talking. So there you go. Good luck with that. Who are we talking to?
Thank you, Gary. Can we go ahead and get Gilly, or is it Jilly? Gilly? Here, right here.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
There you go.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm
Hey,
so
how
excited.
are you?
I've been listening to you since Doghouse days, and I don't think I've always tried to call in, but this is the first time I've ever spoken to you.
Oh, well, here we go. Well, Doghouse Days, that's in San Francisco. So this was this huge, big, crazy show that JV, Elvis, Hollywood, and
It
so
was so fun, so hilarious. So it was really great to hear you talk about JV, because when I heard about that, it was so sad, because he brought so much joy. He was so funny.
yeah, it's like a piece of your heart goes there, certainly. And so what's your question tonight? I'm so glad you called in, honey. I'm so glad.
Thank you. I am at a crossroads. I voluntarily took myself away from my last position because my soul was like screaming, and I just physically wasn't able to do it anymore. And so I'm in a place of healing right now, but
Good.
I'm looking for my next abundant opportunity because I need that abundance to stay. I'm actually on Hawaii. I moved to Hawaii, so I'm on Oahu right now.
Well, you know, it's crazy. So you're close to heaven. You're in Oahu. So I'm getting tonight's like Hawaii night, and so we were on the Big Island a minute ago with Koa, and now we're on you're in Honolulu. Is that where you are? Or where are you?
Yeah, Honolulu.
Mm-hmm. I just see spiritual gifts flying to you when you said, "I need abundance." I saw all these treasure chests go down around you. So your spiritual gifts come to you as you speak. Some people have the gift of speaking it. And you know, it's really interesting. My friend Bridget has that gift of speaking things, and when you speak them, they come into this dimension. And then if you had a red crystal, tomorrow we're selling crystals. Check it out, and make sure you're in the master class tomorrow. And so you will learn how to do things. But there's certain, like, red crystals bring it down to this dimension in your pocket. If you're manifesting abundance, it brings it down. It brings it down and puts it into this dimension. If you're manifesting love, it brings it down and puts it into the dimension with you. But you're quite magical. What's your nationality? What's your...
I was born here, but my mom's from Guam, and my dad's Chinese. But I was born here.
Okay, because you certainly got magic in you. So wherever that comes from, it's partially genetic and partially because you're right there and you picked up on those big Hawaii spirits. You see, I used to go to Hawaii all the time. Like, I would just tell Dean, I'm going to Hawaii. And he goes, why? I don't know. I'm going anyway. And so because I would get certain blessings and spiritual gifts by going. And so you have the magic of Hawaii, and you have the magic genetically. And so ask God right now. I'm just clearing off a couple of these entities that are way out there that's messing with you a little bit, bringing you kind of crazy luck and in a bad way. And so I'm getting rid of that. And okay, now I want you to just simply say, God, bring me abundance. Say it one more time.
God, bring me abundance.
There it comes. There it goes. And so I just see tremendous, big old giant spiritual gifts of abundance coming down to you. And then I saw a golden crown. It's like the jewels are very golden. They look sort of like this crystal. And so they're very, very golden, or they look sort of like, I can't even pick this thing up. It's so big. But anyway, there we are. I can put it there. There we are. See how big this is? Yeah, it looks more like that. And so you got these big giant gifts of abundance. And so there, see, notice how you got dizzy in your head right then? You see? Yeah. And so if you guys want abundance, ride her coattails right now, because I see, and then you want to just ask God for the spiritual gift of abundance. God, may I have the spiritual gift of abundance? I am Father. He's very much on the planet right now. May I have the spiritual gift of abundance? And you'll find that this will just come right on down to you. And imagine a treasure chest. And this golden treasure chest comes and it just goes into your being. And so there you are. Now you'll find it'll just show up and happen for you. And so there, look how you feel. How do you feel? You feel light?
I feel so happy. I feel light, but I'm so happy, so super joyous, and just can't stop smiling. I'm so happy.
Good. Well, you make me happy. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're going to be really stupid. You're going to be stupid lucky. So enjoy your stupid luck, your crazy good luck. Okay.
Yay,
all right.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, honey. Good luck. That feels good.
I'm so happy for you, Gilly. Jilly.
Yeah, you can feel, Michelle, you got all these gifts. I saw treasure chests coming down to you, Michelle, you and Dean. Isn't that cool?
God, thank you, Jilly. I'm hot right now.
That's awesome.
Woo! Yeah. I'll share. I will share. You guys know me.
We're supposed to share?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Dean. You should learn that from Michelle. You should learn that from Michelle.
I will be such a giver. I will give.
I give away everything I have.
I'll take care of everyone. You do, honey. He's just joking. He really is.
That's
Love
good. Yeah. Who we talking to, guys?
Who we
Thank you,
talking
Gary.
to?
Can we get Miss Susan Allen on, please? Miss Susan Allen, beautiful Susan
All right,
Allen.
Susan, unmute yourself, please.
I just love her.
Hey,
I'm
hey, how
trying to
are you?
unmute. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good now that I'm talking to you.
Well, I love you.
No,
So
thank you.
I have a question. So I have had like these weird attacks that it feels like an alien is coming out of my back, and I'm flat in bed for 30 hours. I can't move. I can barely talk.
Okay, here's what you got. You got one of these new entities that I'm talking about. They're one of these new, I call, they, frankly, they look like an alien. They look like an alien worm, and they engulf all of your higher selves, and then they engulf your body, and then they, will totally immobilize you. And so, and they are attacking really bright light beings, because bright light beings are able to get rid of these things. And so but I just now figured out how to get rid of them, and I am working on tomorrow through the master class, hopefully we figure out how I can tell you guys how to do it, because these things are super aggressive. And so you hadn't probably encountered anything quite like this, right?
No.
Yeah, no, and I hadn't seen this before, but these things are aggressive, and so they're like trying to, really beat us up, wipe us out, and so here, let me clear you. Yeah, you're loaded, and so I see them way, you got one after the other in line to beat you up. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of these. Okay, and
Thank
so
you.
there we go. I'm getting rid of one that's sort of close in. You started to sweat as soon as I did that. I saw you shiny a little bit right there, just a little bit in your forehead. And so there, and I'm just pulling this off of you. And then I got rid of about 60 of those things. And so now you got totally dizzy. Feel that dizzy feeling?
Yeah, a little bit. I do.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so that was because there was a dimension going backwards, pulling in all this negativity, and it was way beyond the planet Earth. I mean, that's how far out these things are. But it's actually sucking all the light out of you. And so there we go. And there we go. I can do it real fast. And there we go. It'll take a minute. And then you got a big giant one way out there. Now, this big giant one I'm getting rid of. So you got a big,
God.
right? And so,
Let
but
me
this
go
big,
plug my phone in. I don't want to lose this.
that's okay. Well, I'll do it even if I lose you. But
Okay.
I'm having to use source energy, because this thing is like kind of pulling the light out of this part of the universe, and you're involved. And so sometimes our planet gets attacked like this. And so I'm using source energy. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. I'm using source energy because to get rid of this thing, I have to use more light than is on the planet. And
Wow.
so there we go. And I just got rid of that. Now look how you feel now.
I feel very different, I have to tell you.
Very
and I'm
quiet.
sensitive to energy.
Yeah, your head went quiet. You got very calm. You feel really good. You got light in your eyes now. I can see it, and you feel good. Your head's quiet. Your head's quiet. Okay. And so that's because I blew this thing up. Okay. And got rid of it. But those, sometimes the planet is getting attacked by these super aggressive entities. This is one of the most aggressive ones that I've ever seen. And that's okay, because we'll figure out how to get rid of that too. And so that's what God does. He gives us the spiritual gifts we need to survive out here in this part of the cosmos, if you would. And so, but that thing was pretty aggressive. And like I said, I had to use, sometimes guys, you'll have to use source energy. And those are the things that I teach at the spiritual retreats. I'll also talk about this tomorrow and teach it at the master class. I'll explain to you how to get source gifts. You want to get some of these source gifts because sometimes you have to really use a lot of light, a lot of firepower to get rid of things. And so now you feel back to yourself. Look how that feels.
I feel great. Thank you. I'm so glad we got to speak.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I love you. You're great. You got to come to a retreat. Come to a retreat.
I'm gonna come to a retreat. Definitely.
Yeah, we're doing well. Our spiritual retreat is May 4th through the 7th. I appreciate you guys and try to get here, try to be here, because you're going to really learn a lot of stuff. And if you plan to live on the planet Earth for a little bit longer, come to a retreat. This will help you. And if you don't come to the retreat, you can also do the virtual retreat. You can sign up for that, which is a great idea because you'll get to see everything. But you can check out the master class tomorrow from 2 to 5 o'clock. I'll be here doing that, or get a private reading with me and I'll clear that off. And you see how good she felt, how quick she felt good. That got rid of a lot of negative things that were in her field. And so, and it works like that, as you can see, all night long anyway. But yeah, call me up for a private reading. Come to the spiritual retreat, May 4th through the 7th. And I can't wait to see you guys. 800-827-GARY, or you can simply go and call Michelle and she'll hook you up. 702-822-0548, 702-822-0548. And Michelle is great. She'll help you figure out, place to stay, what's going on, whether it's the B&B here that we have, or whatever you got going. Anyway, thanks. Who are we talking to?
Oh, thank you, Gary. I thought we were in here. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, can we go ahead and get Miss Rhonda Hansford on, please? Miss Rhonda, if you're available and ready, Miss Rhonda. Thank you. Go ahead and unmute. Oh, you got
there
it?
she is. Sorry.
Yes, thank you.
I just had to figure out how to spell Rhonda.
Hey, Rhonda, thank you for being patient. I'm so glad we got you on.
Me too. Thank you. And thank you, Gary. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And those are really, really awesome stories. So
Thank you.
I would just, I'm wondering if you could just clear me. I feel like I've been doing really pretty well. I've been just doing a lot. I've been crying a lot lately. I've been working with really great therapists for probably about the last year, and I'm starting to really dive deep into some trauma work on a past relationship and childhood trauma. And I'm just really, I meditate regularly.
I love let me just say this. I love your therapist.
Yeah.
Good. And I don't know. I don't always love therapists. I don't always love doctors. I don't always love, you know what I mean? Like I go, well, they're doing that, a little self-serving, they're reading their own stuff into it. But whoever your therapist is a rock star. What city are you in?
I agree. I'm in Minneapolis, and I've told people over and over again that God did this. Like, I had to go out of my network. And when I first connected with her, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be a good fit. And I'll go to the first session, but I really truly believe she's been a godsend. And we did, I just had my 1-year anniversary, and we did a lot of work with like my childhood, even just birth order stuff and childhood trauma. And I'm a coach as well. And I'm working, through a program that's doing some even deeper childhood trauma. And I know there's several ways to heal trauma. But I'm really kind of taking it to the next level.
I think it's awesome, and I love your therapist, and so your therapist is a rock star, and so let me just look and see. So what's your question now? Well, let me do this one thing. These new entities that have shown up on the planet that really are sucking the light out of everybody. You've got 2 of those. There's 1 and there's 2. Look how you feel. Instantly different. If you notice your feet starting to warm up and your hands, see, you can feel your hands now. And so that means you got your spiritual gifts back. This thing will eat your gifts and eat you if you don't stop it. And so, so if you notice now, see, now you feel just totally lighter. Kind of a weird feeling. And now you feel floating up, because you are. That's what I see. And so, and you don't have to do anything. I'm doing all the work. Okay. And so with me, it's like, it's a little different than therapy. I just simply fix it and I'll go, there, you feel better, And so, but there you go. And now I see all these, here's what I see. I see all these higher self angels starting to fill you up. So now I'm seeing them come back, and there you got a little dizzy. And so now I'm seeing them go back into your body. And so now your physical body is becoming strong again, and your physical spirit is becoming strong again, because you got back all your higher selves that this thing eat. And so now you're just going to feel a whole lot better. There we are. That's good. That's really good. You taking a trip? Where are you going?
I'm going back to Newport Beach, California. I was just there recently. And I start most of my days with your meditation, the gift of one. I love that meditation. I do a lot of others now, but being able to sit by the beach and meditate like that was like amazing. So anyways, I'm going back there, which I'm excited for, but I was hoping that, like, I've been feeling like I'm bordering on some like addiction demons are hovering around me and that kind of thing. Like I've had my energy's been off the last.
The reason your energy was off was because you had lost a lot of your higher selves that were protecting you. So you did all this work, you had all these great angel higher selves, and then this thing comes along and eats them. You know, and so, but we just got rid of this thing. I just got rid of it, and so now then you're gonna just feel better. Yeah, and so that reminds me of you. Actually, you got all these higher selves doing beautiful things, and so you're gonna feel just good. You're gonna feel really, really, really good. There's a very special spiritual gift tonight that God told me about before I started. And so I want to do this with you. I want you to imagine and ask God for the big, gigantic white orb. Just say, God, may I have the big, gigantic white orb, please?
God, may I have the big, gigantic white orb, please?
And this is the I am orb. I am orb. Say, this is the I am orb.
The I am orb.
Okay, there it comes, and it's just moving down around your body, and it went around your physical body, and then it went around the world, and then it went around God's universes. And there we go. How quiet's your head now?
Very.
See? Nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very powerful meditation, and it is a quick one. You just ask for that big, gigantic I am orb. It looks like that. It's a big round ball of white light. And so just imagine this, guys. And if you ask for this right now, this will really, really, really save your lives. And so you just want to simply say, God, I am Father. Please allow me to have the I am orb.
God,
There.
I am Father. Please allow me to have the I am orb.
There we go. There we go. I got the words right now. And then now it just comes right on into your body. And now then, see, now you feel really crazy high. See, now you went super, super high. And that's because everybody else is getting the same spiritual gift. And so, and you were the vehicle for that. And so that's beautiful. Thank you, God. Thank you, I am Father. Thank you, all of Heavenly Hierarchy. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, JV, on the other side, for giving me the finger. Thank everybody. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And so we're doing all kinds of stuff. The biggest thing we're having, is our master class tomorrow from 2 to 5. Please join me. You will learn some stuff. You're going to learn some stuff. It's the Enlightenment Club. Just be a part of it. And all you got to do is just call GarySpivey.com, call 800-827-GARY, or you can also call Michelle, and that's 702-822-0548. And so did I get the number right? I hope I did.
You got it.
Yeah, you did. Good job, Gary. I was like, oh, it's not even on there, but you did it. You did good.
Yeah.
He's
Good,
got your
good,
number
good.
memorized.
Yes.
And I appreciate you guys. And Michelle, with
appreciate
being
you.
in it, I appreciate you too. And you can also call me and book a private reading. If you've got things messing with you, I can fix it in about a nanosecond. And so all you got to do is call me up, 800-827-GARY. And I have a few spots open this coming week because I wasn't going to work doing private readings this week, but I decided to. And so we got 2 or 3 spots open this week. And just call 800-827-4279 or GarySpivey.com. Also, tomorrow we'll be doing crystals. We're selling crystals. If you guys want some crystals, I got gigantic. See me driving the forklift, Dean? Don't I look macho? So,
You do.
how about that? Anyway. And so, but we got like warehouses full of crystals, and so we're carrying on. We got all kinds of crystals, and so anyway, and I'm really happy about some of the ones I just got in, because they're super, super powerful. I don't know why they got more light than everything, but I think it's because of where they came from. A lot of times it's special. I'm getting stuff from, how do we say it? Uruguay? Did I say it right? Uruguay.
That's it, yeah.
Uruguay. Or...
Yeah. Anyway, and so I've got some really cool stuff in that I love from there. So anyway, so we'll be showing you guys that tomorrow after the master class. And I appreciate you guys and love you. Thank you. Did I miss anything, Dean? I'm trying to remember the maybe the retreat 4th through the 7th. Make sure you book in for that. Join me right here in North Carolina. I'll cook dinner for you, cook lunch for you. Spiritual retreat, May 4th through the 7th. And these retreats are fun. And you learn more stuff than you could ever imagine. They are totally life-changing. Come to this retreat. It will really change your life. And so I got to do 800-827-GARY or call Michelle 702-822-0548. I appreciate you guys. And I look really forward to seeing you at any of these events and all the things we got going. Thank you guys. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.